good morning, good afternoon, good evening po sa lahat and welcome back to my channel po. So if you're just new here, please don't forget to subscribe, paki-like and share na din po. So ngayon po is may pag-uusapan tayo tungkol ito sa plano ni Mr. Donald Trump na gagamitin ang mga militar para sa pagtugis ng mga illegal migrants sa Amerika. So makakalusot pa kaya nito ang mga illegal migrants? So ito nga pala ang plano.
Sa 300,000 illegal na Pilipino sa Amerika ang nanganganib ipa-deport sa Pilipinas oras na maupo si US President-elect Donald Trump. Matindi ang pagpapatupad ng malawakang deportation lalo't balak ni Trump na gamitin ang mga sundalo ng Amerika. Aayusin daw ang border sa Mexico dahil daw sa dami ng mga migranteng illegal na tumatawid sa ilalim ng administrasyon ngayon ni US President Joe Biden. Kanina, kinumpirma ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos na nakausap niya sa telepono si Trump. Higit 10 minuto raw tumagal ang kanilang pag-uusap na sumentro sa alyansa ng Pilipinas at Amerika. Pero hindi raw napag-usapan ang tungkol sa mass deportation.
We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about it. It was just a congratulatory call. But of course, our ambassador is already working on that.
Ayon sa ating ambassador sa Amerika na si Jose Manuel Romualdez, sa milyong-milyong illegal immigrants na nasa Amerika, hindi lahat tutugisin ng militar.
I think the top priority would be the criminals that are specifically criminal gangs that have been operating here in the United States.
Pero sa usapin ng mga Pinoy, aminado si Romualdez na walang masyadong magagawa ang gobyerno ng Pilipinas.
We will not be able to do anything if they don't have any legal path. It's best for them to voluntarily leave because we know for a fact that this immigration policy of President Trump is going to be a very, very strict one.
Sa kabila niyan, posible magkaroon ng pagpupulong ang lahat ng consul generals para pag-usapan kung paanong matutulungang maging legal ang pagtira ng mga illegal Filipino migrant sa Amerika. Nagbabalita mula sa Frontline, Mon.
So yun nga po ang mga sabi-sabi no na ang tutugisin is yun lang may mga bad records sa Amerika. So gaano ba ito ka totoo no? At saka President Marcos also mentioned na hindi naman napag-uusapan yung ganitong mga bagay sa kanilang conversation no. So let's find out kung ano nga ba ang resulta nito and let's watch more sa mga plano ni Mr. Trump.
Migrant crossings at the southern border remained under 60,000 for the fourth consecutive month. U.S. Customs and Border Protection numbers confirm CBS News reporting from earlier this month that nearly 57,000 migrants were apprehended between legal entry points in October. Encounters at the border have dropped more than 55% since President Biden's executive order limiting asylum was put in place in June. But U.S. border policy is poised to undergo a dramatic transformation once President-elect Donald Trump takes office in January. Earlier this week, Trump indicated in a Truth Social post he would declare a national emergency and utilize the U.S. military assets to carry out mass deportations of undocumented migrants. So far, it's unclear how the president-elect would use these military assets and whether his plans are legal. CBS News immigration and politics reporter Camilo Montoya Galvez joins us now for more. And Camilo, you have new reporting on this, these questions that are still circling around this. Can you elaborate?
There are a lot of legal questions, Lindsay, as to how the incoming administration can use the U.S. military to carry out this promise of mass deportations, the largest deportation operation in American history. Incoming border czar Tom Homan has told 60 Minutes that the Department of Defense, for example, could help immigration and customs enforcement on an operational capacity by providing military planes to deport undocumented immigrants and by providing other transportation assets. That is very similar to how, for example, the military currently is helping Customs and Border Protection at the U.S.-Mexico border through logistical and operational help. But other folks like Stephen Miller, who is the incoming White House Deputy Chief of Staff and an immigration hardliner, have indicated that there are plans to deputize the National Guard to go across the country to find and arrest unauthorized immigrants, and also plans to deploy the U.S. military to physically stop people from claiming asylum at the border. Whether that's actually legal, Lindsay, is unclear because federal law dating back to the post-Civil War era actually prohibits the use of the military for domestic law enforcement. Of course, that includes the enforcement of federal immigration law.
Okay. Texas officials have offered more than 1,400 acres of land, its own borderland to Trump so that the administration, it's state-owned rather, so the administration can build deportation facilities. I mean, this sounds like something that would be a costly possible endeavor, a lengthy endeavor. How would that work?
Sure. So the land commissioner in Texas has effectively offered the Department of Homeland Security and the incoming Trump administration land in Stark County, Texas, near the U.S.-Mexico border, just across the Rio Grande, to basically set up facilities to detain and hold immigrants who are awaiting deportation as part of this massive deportation operation. How long that would take depends on what type of facility we are talking about, Lindsay. It could be what the government calls a soft-sided facility, which is essentially a tent facility that can be set up pretty quickly to hold people. Another legal and political question is whether Texas also allows the incoming administration to deputize state troopers, the Texas Department of Public Safety, and the Texas National Guard to carry out immigration enforcement. Based on how much the governor has been supportive of President-elect Trump and how much he has done on immigration, I think that is likely.
U.S. officials told you there could be a spike in illegal crossings between now, I guess, and inauguration. Why is that? Why do they feel that way?
Well, they believe that many smugglers who control migration along the U.S.-Mexico border in many respects...
Control meaning the message and the money.
And the movement of people, too, the illicit movement of people. They will tell migrants that the time to cross is now before President-elect Trump takes office, because he will reinstate policies like the Remain in Mexico program that requires migrants to await their asylum hearings in Mexico on the other side of the U.S.-Mexico border, and that the incoming administration is going to make it much harder for asylum seekers and migrants to stay in the U.S. So far, that spike, we should note, has not materialized, Lindsay, but we still obviously have a couple weeks left.
Okay, Camila Montoya Galvez, thank you.
So, yun po ang mga balita, no? Di pa talaga natin alam kung ano ang final na desisyon, no? Basta ang plano is, yun nga, magpapatupad si Mr. Donald Trump ng deportation sa mga illegal migrants, gagamitin ang mga militar. Pero di pa alam kung sino talaga yung mga target. Yun bang may mga kaso sa Amerika, yung mga may mga bad records, or lahat ba ito, no? So di talaga natin alam, not unless umupuna si Mr. Donald Trump ngayong January 2025. So yun lang po ang ating topic ngayon, and paki-subscribe na din po, and thank you so much for watching. Ingat po kayo lahat.